Chelsea 4, Brighton 2, Cole Palmer makes history with a 4-goal haul to end the Seagulls' unbeaten start. Chelsea trailed after goalkeeper Robert Sanchez's failure to claim an aerial ball gave Georgino Rutter his first Brighton goal 7 minutes in. Moises Caicedo and Levi Colwill were also at fault for failing to clear inside their own box. Enzo Maresca's side responded impressively as they ran riot against a Brighton defense that was missing Joel Veltman and Jan-Paul van Hecke. Palmer was set up by Nicholas Jackson's pullback for his first before continuing his perfect penalty record after Jadon Sancho was fouled. Palmer completed his hat-trick in an 11-minute window, scoring his third with an inch-perfect free kick from 25 yards out to seemingly put Chelsea in control until Sanchez made another error to hand Brighton a route back into the game. Carlos Baleba pounced on the Chelsea goalkeeper's poor pass out 3 minutes after Palmer's third to raise the tension inside Stamford Bridge. Palmer soon eased those nerves though, making history with his fourth after being set up by Sancho. Trending Liverpool go top of Premier League after Wolves win live, and highlights Celtic thrash helpless St. Johnstone live. Kane limps off as Bayern held by Leverkusen live, and highlights President's Cup USA re-establish lead ahead of foursomes live. Super League playoffs live, last gasp St. Helens try takes match to Golden Point. Arteta explains Man City comments after Pep called for clarity. Most eventful game of the season, Palmer scores 4 against Brighton. Incredible drama as 2 last-gasp goals fire Arsenal to win over Leicester. Premier League hits and misses, Palmer makes history, Arsenal become title favorites, Chelsea latest. It was better for Chukwuemeka to leave, Maresca watch, latest news. Palmer's only regret will be that he did not finish the game with more goals, striking narrowly wide when through on goal around the hour. That would have seen him match the single-game record in the Premier League. Chelsea's impressive start to the season under Enzo Maresca sees them 1 point behind title challengers Manchester City and Arsenal after 6 games, while Brighton are in 8th place after their first defeat. Palmer fuming not to score 5. I just said to Cole he scored 4, he could score 2, 3 more, Maresca said of Palmer after the game. It's good that he continues to be angry and ambitious. Palmer was told at halftime of the record but ultimately fell just short. Dimitar Berbatov, Sergio Aguero, Andy Cole, Alan Shearer and Jermaine Defoe remain the only players to have scored 5 in a single Premier League game. When I missed the chance in the second half I was fuming, Palmer told Sky Sports. I should have scored that so I was pretty angry. I knew the record, someone told me at halftime. I wasn't thinking about that though, I just wanted to win. Palmer had a slow start to the season by his own lofty standards set last season, scoring 2 before this game, but says he is now up to speed after a long summer with England at Euro 2024. He added, I've not had a preseason so the first game's coming back, I was taking a bit of time to get up to speed, but now I am at full fitness and ready. Asked about the goals, he added, the free kick was my favorite. I haven't been practicing, I was just deciding which way to go and saw the goalkeeper a bit more toward the left. Maresca praises humble Palmer's mentality. Maresca worked with Palmer at Manchester City before he had broken into senior football and says nothing has changed about the midfielder's approach despite his stratospheric rise over the past 12 months. I know Cole from many years ago, he said after the game. I had him already 1 entire season with U23s at City and then with the first team. The best thing he has is that, in the way he is today as a boy, he was exactly in that way 3-4 years ago. So, goals, assists, the best player of the Premier League, this doesn't change the way he is. He's a simple guy, he's a humble guy, and this is for me the most important thing. He's a top player, And the important thing about the previous thing is that today, in football, young players, they change very quick. They score 1 goal and they think that they are already, and Cole, he scored many goals, many assists. He's a top player but he never changed. And this is the most important thing. Is Sanchez's performance a concern for Chelsea? Sanchez was at fault for both of Brighton's goals at Stamford Bridge, creating an unnecessary sense of unease for Chelsea in a game they probably should have coasted through. His decision-making was perplexing when coming to claim a high ball for Rutter's opener early on. Staying on his line was the obvious choice and would have saved him some embarrassment. But the more worrying of his mistakes leading to a goal was the second, a slack pass to Moises Caicedo intercepted by Baleba, as it raises questions about his suitability for Maresca's system. The Chelsea coach defended Sanchez after the game though. I said to Robert and I said to the players, from now on, we are going to concede 10 more goals, like the way we conceded the second goal, because it's the way we want to play. We have already scored goals with Robert involved in the build-up, but it's important that after the mistake, the team completely continue in the same way. That means that they enjoy, they like, and they see that also we win games. Summer signing Philip Jorgensen is waiting in the wings for his chance to impress. It will likely come in Thursday's UEFA Conference League opener against Gent. Hertzler to consider changes after easy mistakes. Brighton boss Fabian Hertzler says he will consider making changes to his setup after his side's defensive errors cost them against Chelsea. It was one bad event after another and they had an unbelievable player, he said after the game. You can't win, when you make these easy mistakes. If necessary, we have to adapt something. Brighton were without Van Hecke and Veltman, which forced them to make tweaks in defense. Center back Adam Webster came in for his first league start while Ferdi Kadioglu made his full debut at right back. Chelsea cut through Brighton with ease in the first half, capitalizing on their high line, and Hertzler added, "You always need a connection on the pitch." We made a lot of changes and there were not the connections needed. Asked about Palmer, he told Sky Sports, "There are not many players in the Premier League like him. He is special. We win together and lose together. We can't make these easy mistakes if we want to win here. We need to learn from it, including me."